guys, today we're doing gumbo. I've got my oven preheating to 350 and I've already got my shrimp in a strainer in the sink thawing out. And we're going to start on our roux. So in the largest pot that you have, this one is 8.5 quarts. I wouldn't recommend anything smaller than 8. We're going to mix up our roux ingredients. 1 cup of all-purpose gluten-free flour, half a cup of 1-to-1 flour, 1/4 cup of canola or vegetable oil, and 2 tablespoons of bacon grease. If you don't have bacon grease, you could use an extra 2 tablespoons of your oil. And we're going to whisk this until it forms a paste. There's the roux so far. I'm going to pop this into the oven and it will start loosening up and getting darker. And we're going to cook it for about an hour and a half and stir probably about every 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, while our roux is in the oven, we need to work on our broth. So we are going to start by searing off the andouille. And we want to slice this into bite-sized rounds. Because with gumbo you want to be able to fit a few different items on your spoon all at once. So this package of chicken thighs is a little over 4 pounds, and that means I'm going to use about half. And I just want to trim this up and then cut it into chunks. So where they remove the bone, then you should be able to open up those flaps and get at any extra skin or connective tissue. Okay, so I've pulled my sausage and my chicken is ready. We're not looking to cook this all the way through. We just want to get some color on the outside and start extracting some liquid to flavor our broth. Okay, while our chicken sears, we're going to peel our shrimp. And remember to save the shells because we're using that for our broth. So pull from the side, take the legs, unwrap, and then pinch at the base. There we go. So I've peeled my shrimp, and now I'm going to fish the chicken out. And it will join the shrimp in the fridge. Now remember, the chicken is not fully cooked, so make sure to reduce any risk of cross-contamination. So I've got my shrimp shells in, along with 1 whole lemon cut in half. I'm going to add salt, and pepper to taste. 2 teaspoons of ground cayenne pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of bay seasoning, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, and I'm using 3 bay leaves just because they're a little bit smaller, and add about 3 quarts of water. Cover and allow to simmer until the roux is done. Okay, time to work on my Trinity. I'm going to use green onion as garnish, and I like snipping with scissors. So the green part, you're just going to snip on the bias until it starts getting solid rather than hollow in the middle. Okay, our garnish is ready, so we're going to set that off to the side. And we're going to take off the joint, because that part's pretty much not going to cook properly. And we slice up what's left of our green onion stalks to add to the Trinity. Next up, our onion. Cut off both ends. Peel the outer layer off. Slice in half, flat side down, and use the fan cut which you'll remember is where you go in at an angle toward the center with each cut, and then cut across. Next up is the bell pepper. So I'm just going to cut in at the top. Then I'm going to cut around the outside to open it up. Remove the ribs. Slice into strips. And then cut across to dice. Onto our jalapeños. Cut off the top. Split down the middle. And remove the inner vein and seeds. And then cut into strips. And across. So because these stalks are a bit larger than usual, I'm only using 6. If yours are smaller, you might want to use 8. And then just slice across. Okay, so I've got about half a package of okra I've rinsed. So about 6 ounces, maybe a little more. Cut off the top. Cut down the pod on the bias. And discard the tip. And this is going to get slimy fast, so do them one at a time. And add to your bowl before you start on the next one. Or else your cutting board will be covered in goo. Okay, our roux is out of the oven. Smells like our broth is ready. I have another pot with a strainer over it in the sink. I'm going to carry this over and carefully pour. Okay, our roux is on the burner. We're going to add the Trinity. Stir to combine. And after you add the Trinity, cover. And in about 10 minutes, we're going to add our next step of ingredients. But make sure to take this off and stir once in a while just to keep the bottom from getting too brown. The Trinity is starting to soften. So it's time to add the next batch of ingredients. I have one 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes in juice, one 187 milliliter bottle of Pinot Grigio. They sell these in 4-packs at literally any grocery store. And a teaspoon of minced garlic, which is about 2 cloves. Recover and cook down another 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. Our gumbo base is thickened up nicely. So now we're making our next addition. We're going to add back our chicken, our andouille sausage, our okra, and our broth. Stir to combine. Cover, increase your heat to about 4.5, and let simmer about 15 minutes. So it's time for our last additions. Our shrimp and filet powder. And in about 5 minutes, we'll have perfect gumbo. Serve your gumbo over rice and topped with green onions. it's gorgeous. So I'm going to finish off this bowl, and then I'm going to put the rest of the pot away, because as good as it is today, then I know it's going to be even better tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoy making gumbo at home, and I'll see you next time on the Deglutenizer.